I understand that, because sometimes if you watch a psychic on television or something, they're saying, I see this, and they're speaking in they get symbols. That's how they're communicating. Also, when you dream,
Yes.
it's symbolic.
Well, see, everybody dreams, so everybody basically has that part of them in their senses that's activated.
Yeah.
Okay, we may not understand symbolically all of what we're dreaming about, you know, but they wrote a lot of books about it.
Yeah. I want to just go back 1 minute, because she said holographic. I'm not sure everybody would understand what holographic is.
Well, if I held an
three-dimensional-
apple right
Yeah.
here, and I could see underneath it, and I could see on top of it, and all around it,
Okay.
and if I cut it in half,
It's
okay,
the
like
whole-
this,
yeah.
now I still can see underneath it, I still can see on top of it, so you're seeing interdimensionally. It's like when you go to Avatar and see it in 3D.
Right. Okay. That's
Hello.
Yeah, I got it. Now let's talk about egos, because I've heard that sometimes it's good to have an ego, sometimes it's not. It's not healthy to have an ego.
Oh, I don't think you can kill the ego.
Do they impale it? Does ego have an effect on our health, and how?
I believe that ego has a function because it is a part of each of us have a personality that's uniquely different from everybody else, and when the ego is balanced, it's giving, it's not taking. It doesn't have to be the center of attention. Now, all we have to do is look in the news lately and see who's in the news and who is out of control in their egos. It's so obvious.
Yeah, that couple that keeps crashing the White House.
Oh, it
They're a
goes
little out of
beyond
their
that. It's
ego.
absurdity. The egos are so completely out of control.
And the media promotes it. I don't get it. Okay.
Well, because it makes money for the
yeah,
sponsors.
and people are curious, because get a life, people.
But I'm trying to make a point about their egos.
Yeah.
When it gets out of control, it takes everybody prisoner, just like alcoholism. It's selfish. It has to be constantly fed. And if a woman marries an egotistical, self-serving man, how much appreciation do you think that man's going to have for celebrating her?
Yeah,
It's always going to be about him, what he needs, what he wants, and she falls into becoming a mother or in a servant kind of role, and that is not probably what she intended when she fell in love with this powerful man.
So, yeah.
Been there, done that. I think there's
Oh,
a few of us out there that have been there, done that.
You've been there, done that.
Well,
right.
but then
Yeah.
I was able
But
to
you learned,
look
right?
at that, and I was conditioned as a child. That was a pattern, and I look for these patterns. I'm just like a bloodhound when it comes to patterns of what's going on in somebody's life, because that's where I feel that I can teach them how to set themselves free.
That's good, because some people keep getting into the same pattern.
Over and
I've
over.
noticed about egos too. People that have these egos that are out of balance, sometimes it turns around and bites them, you know. Where
They're
it
not
hurts.
usually healthy.
They're not healthy. And speaking of health, how does fear affect our body's chemistry?
Well, I said earlier it was like poison.
Yeah, right.
It puts in a very, very low frequency. It's a long frequency, and it's wide. And when it's moving through the body, it's taking the body down. When love is there, it's short. The frequency is short, and it's more compact.
High vibration. When you're talking about long and short is a higher vibration, long is a lower vibration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when that comes through your body, you're spiraling into a higher frequency that the body actually can feel on an energetic level. I mean, we could have the same emotions when we laugh or cry. Do you know that? The same emotions.
Really?
Yes. Yes. The difference is one energizes you and one is a release. And I don't know about you, if ever I've had a really, really good, hard cry, I'm exhausted.
That's
But
true,
when
yeah.
I've had a really good laugh,
Yeah, you're pooped too. Or you feeling
no,
good. Are you
I'm like,
energized?
hello, I'm happy. I've got
That's
creative
true.
energies.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I would say
Yeah.
when you're angry, sometimes you get a lot of energy. Now, I want to promote you a little.
Only
'cause
for a short
yeah,
time.
I want to promote you a little, because I've only got about 5 minutes left. And I want to say one thing about fear, though. One thing I've noticed is people project into the future. They think something's going to happen. They get all fearful, and it never comes to pass. But
Bad
having said
idea.
that, you not only do you do readings, you also do workshops, and you are going to be doing one next weekend. But you have one coming up on how to be fearless. So you have, before I ask you about it, you have a website. I want the audience to know we're going to put up your website. So if they would like you to do readings or ask you more about the program or the workshops, they'll be able to contact you.
Yes.
So not to worry about that.
Yes.
So with just maybe 4 minutes remaining, and I also, before I get into the workshop, so I will give you enough time, let me thank our sponsors here. Because we always have these wonderful sponsors, and I'd like to thank Westside Florists because they're the ones that provided. This is a really, I love this
It is
arrangement.
pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Carnations.
very cheerful, and we need that with all this rain. So Westside Florists at Aloha Market Center, thank you so much. They make beautiful arrangements, as you can see. And also, I want to thank Izzy's Pizza because Izzy's provides the food for our crew and our guests. So thank you, Izzy's. You've always been very, very generous, and that's Izzy's Restaurant Pizza Bar at the no, wait a minute, it's got a long name. It's called Izzy's Restaurant Pizza Bar, Classic Buffet and Grill. That's a mouthful here in Beaverton. Okay, so now, Badeish, we've got less than 4 minutes left.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about your workshop, Being Fearless.
The reason I created the workshop Becoming Fearless is that I realized that until people put fear down and they smash the illusions and they start discovering who they really are, then they're living a life that basically is not going to keep them physically healthy, emotionally healthy. And to be fearless, there's no fear. Fear comes only from the past. It's conditioned. You know, there's only 2 natural fears that we have coming into this life. 2. One is being dropped as a baby or loud noises. Everything else has been conditioned in our life. So in my work, I've designed tools where I have them go back and do an inventory. And it starts with identifying the situation, doing what's called a trying to think of the
that's
word.
okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like going back and it's 3, you're 4, you're 5. You're thinking of significant places where in your life there's been a disturbance in the field. And then pulling all of the emotions and seeing how much emotion from these different situations, the pattern that might be there. And so basically it's a freeing, a very freeing experience and an educational experience. And then I get them into feeling their higher qualities, to claim their power of how incredibly they are. And that is really exciting when I get there.
Well, I think when you feel powerful, you lose a lot of that fear. I would say that. I have to keep working on it because naturally, like a lot of people, a lot of my retirement investments are in stocks. So if I were to get fearful, I would probably be unhealthy. But what do I say? I say I feel I'm protected. I feel that my life's guided. I'm not gonna buy into that fear.
I think we have to ask ourselves what we can control. And there's so much that we can't control. And that's the first step.
Let go.
Is let go and let God and start putting your energy into what would make you happy and have the courage to move that energy. There's where you want to spend your time focusing and moving something into the future.
It's so much fun. I like being a co-host, but I think I have more fun interviewing you because you're a good interview. You have great stuff to tell us, and it's been a lot of fun.
I got great stories.
Okay, we'll be together. Badeish and I will be co-hosting next time. We're going to have astrologer Mark Dottish. You want to watch that. So thanks for watching this edition of Create Your Own Reality. And remember, you too can create your own reality. Just expect miracles. Thank you for watching.